Good morning and welcome to NYNJPA Weather, your weather source for the Northern Mid-Atlantic. I'm meteorologist Stephen DiMartino. We have a lot to talk about today, so let's get to it. On the surface map this morning, our powerful Arctic cold front is well off the coast, and as a result, the cold air is back. I hope people didn't get too used to the 40s and 50s this weekend because it looks like we won't be seeing that for quite a long time. Basically, we have high pressure in control from the Tennessee River Valley, and that will remain in control through at least Thursday. There will be a few disturbances moving through the Great Lakes and dropping down through the New York City and Philadelphia metropolitan area through this week, producing a few isolated to widely scattered snow showers, but I don't expect any major accumulations from these disturbances. The main story this week will be the return to cold air, and by the way, that snow that melted is going to be on the roadways and on the sidewalks. Use caution for black ice because all of that has refrozen into a nice area of ice on the roadway. So use caution and be careful. Temperatures will remain below normal throughout much of this week, with high temperatures basically in the upper 20s to mid 30s and low temperatures in the upper teens to mid 20s as well. Warmest conditions, of course, are along the coast. Now, there is a storm threat for the end of the week, and let's dive into that with the European model guidance from the Penn State EWOL. This is the 500 millibar pattern on Wednesday night, and what I have circled here is a very strong disturbance over the Canadian plains, and we have a very powerful and very impressive negative NAO block that's building over parts of northeastern Canada. Now that block is going to drop down south a little bit towards the Hudson Bay area, more towards the western shores of the Hudson Bay. And what that does is kind of acts like a hammer and whacks that disturbance down to the south towards the Ohio River Valley. The difference in model guidance is how far south does this disturbance get? Well, that's going to be the key because the further south that this disturbance gets, the better potential for a powerful winter storm Friday and Saturday. That's right, both days. Now, there's a lot of questions with this forecast, and I would not jump the gun yet. Just know that there is a threat for a significant snowfall for New York City and Philadelphia, and to just be prepared to change your plans on Friday and Saturday in that case. In other words, let's not drive in a blizzard like we did last time. So you can see what the European guidance is trying to do here. It basically shunts this disturbance down towards the southern mid-Atlantic coast, and that's what allows our storm to rapidly intensify off the New Jersey coast. Now, if this upper level low is a little bit further north, let's say towards the St. Lawrence River Valley, then the threat for a major snowfall is shifted north towards New England rather than the northern mid-Atlantic. Both solutions are viable, they're physically possible, and we'll have to keep an eye on exactly how this whole pattern transpires. The reason why it is possible is because of that large block over Canada. Everything's connected in weather, and if one feature impacts a disturbance, it kind of works its way down the line like a ripple. And this pattern shows a lot of high latitude blocking, and as a result, you have to lean more towards a slower solution than a faster one. And as a result, that's why that this storm potential is a realistic possibility. But we're dealing with disturbances that are in northern Canada, which are poorly analyzed, and data collection is not all that great. So we're going to have to continue to keep an eye on this storm. We'll probably have a better idea of what to expect by Wednesday evening. And then once again, we move towards Saturday evening, and the upper level low is basically sitting right over this storm. It becomes vertically stacked, and as a result, a prolonged snow event. Again, it's physically possible because of the high latitude blocking, but the disturbance that's over the southwest moving into Texas, that should argue for a little bit more progressive pattern, and so I have some doubts on the realistic potential for the storm to just sit there Friday and Saturday into Sunday morning. But again, because we have the high latitude blocking in play, we have to keep that option as a possibility. However, I wouldn't jump on that just yet. Like I said, we'll probably have a better idea on this storm on Wednesday. And so the result of such a 500 millibar pattern produces a low pressure system off the New Jersey coast on Friday and Saturday that just bombs out. And we know the result of that. Regardless of whether this storm explodes off the New Jersey coast or New England, one thing I can promise you is that it is going to remain cold. all the way through the first week of January and for the foreseeable future. Any forecast for a blowtorch that some were suggesting back in the fall is pretty much dead. It's been shot and it's over. There is no way with this pattern, with this high latitude blocking, as I have been expecting, is going to produce anything in the form of any type of blowtorch whatsoever, or in other words, for those who don't know that term, warm conditions or a large ridge over the east coast in this pattern. It's just not happening, and I would expect cold temperatures to remain in place basically all the way through February. That is the forecast for today, and thank you for watching NYNJPA Weather. I'm meteorologist Steven DiMartino. Have an excellent day.